And as you know, breast milk is liquid gold. How many moms have cried over spilled milk? A lot. Hey mamas, Nurse Kirsten here. Today we are going to do a battle of the milk catchers. Here on the left side I have the very new Elvie Curve, and here on the right I have the very famous, the one and only, the OG Haakaa. So what we're gonna do is just compare the two, the pros and cons of each of them, the prices, and which one I think is best. Alright guys, so let's talk quickly about the Elvie Curve and the Haakaa. So Elvie Curve is brand new and everyone's hyped up about it. Now, is it worth it? We're gonna find out. And then here on the right is the Haakaa. This is the OG, the first, the famous, the one and only Haakaa. So for prices, the Elvie actually cost $49.99. It kind of reminds me of their double wearable pump, which is $499.99. So I wonder if they did that just to match up with the price, kind of. They are luxurious like that. So it is kind of on the pricey side for a manual pump. The Haakaa does retail for about $34.99 on Amazon, but I did get it on a discount for $12.99. Isn't that crazy? It's because they had a promotion. So Haakaa does hold promotions here and there. You just gotta make sure that you catch it in time. And I'm sorry for my kid crying in the background. Motherhood, you're just gonna have to learn to ignore. Now I am comparing these two side by side because they supposedly have the same functions. They both will catch milk and have a suctioning power. So we are going to compare and contrast the two, and hopefully that'll help you decide which one will work better for you. So both use food grade silicone, and this is 100% silicone, but this is just one part. This one is actually two parts. This is the silicone part, and then this one is like a plastic. It kind of reminds me of the plastic that they use for the Elvie electric wearable pump. It's lightweight and yeah, also the same color too. So it is easy to take on, to put on and take off. You just gotta make sure that you have it click on the top and also click on the bottom. Both are dishwasher safe, and both also are microwave safe when you sterilize. Both are safe to sterilize in a microwave or with steam or boiling, whatever it is that you want to do. So they're pretty even over there. Both actually have a spill proof type of mechanism, but one is better than the other. So the Haakaa does have a suction in the bottom that you just kind of do like that. It does have suction on different materials better than others. Like this is wood, so it's not gonna suction well, but on like marble or a countertop it often would. The way to take it out is through this thing on the side, and that just helps you. It's not completely spill proof though. As you can see, like on this material it might not attach on too well, and if you knock it off, it's gonna spill out. The Elvie, on the other hand, I wasn't even thinking about the whole spill proof kind of thing, but I accidentally put it down too quickly, and the space that you have of being flat is not that much. So when I put it down, it fell over like really fast. But because of the curve, it helps keep all the contents like in the middle and prevents anything from spilling out. So that is genius. And as you know, breast milk is liquid gold. How many moms have cried over spilled milk? A lot, because we work so hard for this. We don't want to just like lose it. And if you are clumsy, this is probably the way. Let's talk about the suction powers. So the way this one is suctioning is you press it in the middle, you put your nipple in the middle over here, and then you release. Now, if you want to tighten it while it's already inside, you just keep pressing it and it'll tighten it. Now, if you end up doing it too tight and you want to release some pressure, there is a valve at the top, and you just press that and it'll help release. And then if you release too much, you can suction again. So that's how it works. You can easily do it with one hand because it's so easy. The bad thing about the suction though is that this is kind of sharp. It's not sharp when you just go like that, but on your nipple, and if you suction too much, you might actually feel it dig into your nipple the way it did for me, because I was trying to get as much suction as possible. It dug into my nipple and it kind of left a mark. So I don't like that. It can be painful. The Haakaa, on the other hand, the hole isn't just for the nipple, it can get your areola too. And so the way this one works is you put it, you invert it like that. You press this, you put this against the nipple right here, and then you allow it to go back, and then you release, and that creates that pressure gradient, and then the suction begins. Now, this one isn't painful as far as like digging into your nipple, but I have to tell you, the first time I used this, I did not have it aligned right, and so this was pulling on the areola in a way that it really, like, it hurt. So both actually gave me pain, and because I was originally using this wrong, oh man, I almost cried, and I told myself, I don't think this is the one for me. I'm just gonna stick it with the Elvie because it was so strong. That suction power was crazy. And so because of that, I literally teared up, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. I had to Google really like all about application, and it's really all about that angle, and you gotta make sure that you have it angled right, or else it might hurt you. As you can see, in comparison to the Elvie, this is a little bit more complicated in putting on, so this is gonna require two hands. It's not gonna be easy to do with one hand, just like the way Elvie does. So in that case, I think the Elvie wins as far as ease of application. Both did give me pain. The Elvie is just in the nipple, and this one, it was in the actual areola. But once I figured out how to use this, after like a good day or so of learning, I finally got it, and it doesn't hurt anymore. And then with this one, you can just easily release pressure. So now let's talk about how much you can put in it. The Elvie doesn't have any other option. You just get one option, and that goes all the way up to 4 ounces. But what is beautiful about this is that the hole is all the way at top. I don't know if you've seen the Haakaa ladybug before, or other catchers where the hole is in the middle, and so even though you have that big unit, you can only fill up to this much before it starts spilling out. The Elvie was smart in placing the hole up top so that you have this much space to fill with milk. You can put 4 ounces in this. I have filled it to 4 ounces, and then when it started touching my nipple, I was like, oh, it's full. The Haakaa, on the other hand, you do have options. They have some that are smaller. You can have 3 ounces. This one I got is also 4 ounces. But they also have a bigger one, which is 5 ounces. I like that Haakaa has a lot of options. So if you are naturally someone who tends to only have 3 ounce letdowns, or 4 ounce letdowns, or if you have a lot and you're always engorged, you can get the 5 ounce. It's nice that you have options. So let's talk about output efficiency. This one is a big factor, because one of the reasons why you get a milk catcher is because you want it to really save as much milk as possible. You want it to be efficient, and you want it to help build your stash, right? I started out with the Elvie. I have never used the Haakaa before. I didn't know anything about the Haakaa. With the Elvie, I was getting about 1 ounce every time I would breastfeed, and that's with me like kind of pressing here and there. Occasionally I can push it to 3 or 4 ounces if I'm really engorged, but that also requires me to really squeeze out. So it takes a lot of work, but I am able to get 3 to 4 ounces with hard work. The Haakaa, when I tried it originally, I wasn't getting much output, but then when I finally learned how to use it, it just clicked. And let me tell you, the suction of this thing is freaking powerful. Whenever I have it on, it just knows the perfect pressure gradient, and it just starts like that. Because there is no hole, in a way that this one's a little weak. And so that's why I keep struggling, pressing harder and harder, to the point that it digs into my nipple, because I'm trying to get that suction strong enough to get out a lot of output, and it's not working out. But with this one, there's no doubt you are gonna get some output. That's why this is famous, okay? That's why everyone knows about this and says that you must have one. Effortlessly, I was able to get like 3 ounces. Effortless. And then if I squeeze a little bit, then I'm gonna get it to 4. So I feel like I definitely have to put more work with the Elvie. and this one's more effortless in terms of output. Okay, so you're probably starting to think that the Haakaa is winning in like a lot of these things, but I do gotta say, this is wearable and discreet. Its shape fits perfectly into your bra, so you can just wear it wherever you are. The Haakaa, not so much. I mean, look at that. That cannot fit inside your bra. No, you gotta be naked and at home to be doing this. This one, you can actually be outside. Another thing is if you are breastfeeding baby in one breast, because the Elvie goes in a nursing bra and you are breastfeeding baby in the other, there is no way baby can kick this off. It's secured inside, so your milk is safe. With the Haakaa, on the other hand, there were so many times that I have this on and baby, even as a newborn, has been trying to knock it off. So if that suction is not perfect, baby will knock it off and your milk will be all over the bed. That's something to think about. So what I have been doing is I would do this and I kind of like move it away or have baby angled in a way that will make it more difficult for him to reach this. But honestly, because of that close proximity, it's going to be difficult and you're going to have to learn some new maneuvers to prevent baby from kicking this on. So did you already come up with which one you think is better? I feel like everyone's preferences is going to be different. There are some factors that are going to be more important to you than others. And so it's completely up to you to decide who the winner is. Baby, okay. So it's completely up to you to decide who the winner is. For me, personally, I don't think I'm going to use both just because I'm lazy like that. But if I was someone who tends to go out a lot, this is probably one that I would choose. But if I'm someone who's staying at home a lot, this is probably going to be more helpful to me because I get more output and I don't need to be wearing a bra with it. Again, like I said, it's completely up to you on which factors are more important, and that's how you're going to decide which one's better for you. So I hope that helps kind of give you an idea on both of these products, and hopefully that helps you decide on which catcher is more for you. I know we all have different lifestyles, we all have different preferences, we all have different factors that matter to us more than the others. So things like price, output, pain, discreetness, it's completely up to you. So for me personally, right now, because I tend to stay at home more, I'm probably more in love with the Haakaa than I am with the Elvie. I found myself using this almost every day, and ever since I got the Haakaa, I stopped using the Elvie. So that's just me. I know there's other people out there that are constantly on the go, are always outside, and definitely can't be using the Haakaa outside, and so they are loving and living for the Elvie. I think that's all that I have for you today. If you have any questions, comment it down below. Do you have a preferences of one over the other? Which one you think you want to try out? If you do, comment it down below. I would love to hear your opinions and maybe I can learn something from you. If you have any questions, again, comment it down below, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you for some more.